Yes, guys, welcome to Pure Coys TV. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. On today's video, I am going to be talking about the players we could be selling or loaning in the January window to make room for new players coming in. Guys, before we get into the video, please do me the absolute honor of liking the video, of subscribing to the channel, and hitting that bell notification so you know when all of my content is about to drop. So, the transfer window is upon us, and obviously, all the news is who Spurs are going to bring in, the players that we need to take us forward. You know, we could go through left wing, striker, midfielder, fullback, goalkeeper. So many spaces that Tottenham need to fill. But in order to fill these spaces, we need to get rid of some of this deadwood that we are building up again. You know, a couple of years ago, well, over the last 3 years, we spent a lot of time getting rid of a lot of the deadwood, only to bring, in my opinion, a lot of deadwood back into the club. So, in my opinion, I think we will be letting at least 3 or 4 leave in the January window. And I'm going to give you my 4 players that I think will go, whether that be sold or on loan in the window. And guys, drop a comment in, let me know if you agree with my choices, or if you don't, give me another one. Give me another player that you think could be sold or loaned to make room for players coming in. So guys, I'm going to go through mine, and this is my first player that I think is going to leave, and I think we probably all agree with this one. And it is this man. It is Yves Bissouma. What a shame for Yves Bissouma, because what a top player he can be on his day. When he was at Brighton, one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. He comes to Spurs, and for whatever reason doesn't work out. There were bits of magic. You know, he had games when he looked fantastic. But more often than not, typically for a Tottenham player, so inconsistent. Sometimes really good, sometimes really poor. Decision-making poor at times. You know, has head losses, but a player that I think is almost certainly going to leave in the January window. Hasn't played a minute for Spurs this season, whether that be through injury or through ill discipline, or just because Frank doesn't fancy him. Obviously, he's had his off the field issues as well, which, listen, I feel for the guy. He's had a lot of problems off the field, and it's kind of manifested its way into his football life as well, which is sad. And I'll be sad to see him go, because I think he is a really good player. Just didn't do it enough for Tottenham. I think he is almost certainly one that I think will be sold in the January window. Guys, drop a comment and let me know what you think about that one. The next player up is this man, and this might surprise you guys. It is Radu Dragushin. Now, a player that's been injured all season, got injured, of course, last season, really bad ACL, same as Madison. But he is almost back to full fitness. He's played a couple of games. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the bench over the next week or so for a few Tottenham games. And I think there's a really good chance that Dragushin could be let out on loan until the end of the season. Now, I don't think we're going to sell him. There's a possibility it could be a loan to buy, but I think he may go somewhere just to get minutes under his belt. Listen, I could be totally wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Radu Dragushin is let go on loan. I know Barcelona apparently circling him at the moment with a possible loan deal. That could all be rubbish, of course, but it wouldn't surprise me. Keep an eye on this one, guys. It wouldn't surprise me if Radu Dragushin was to leave on loan until the end of the season, just to get maybe minutes in his legs. The next one, again, maybe not a surprise, Mathers Tell. I think there's an excellent chance he could leave in the January window. Again, whether that is on loan or sold, I'm not sure. I think, again, it will possibly be more of a loan deal just to get him minutes. I know he's been added to the Champions League squad. So listen, there's a chance he may not go, but it's a guy who's just not getting minutes. A guy who's not getting minutes at all. We spent a lot of money on him, and he's not playing. Saying that, he'll probably play the next 4, but currently not really getting a look in. Roma were interested a couple of weeks ago. Whether they still are or not, I don't know. But I think there's a chance that Matters Tell could go out on loan, depending, of course, who we bring in. If we bring in a left-sided player, I think one of the left-sided players will have to make way, whether that be an Odebear, whether that be a Tau, I don't know. And I know Tau can apparently play up front. I don't think up front is his position personally. But if it's one of those two that leave to make way for another left-sided player coming in, I think it would be Matters Tau. Again, guys, drop a comment in. Let me know what you think about this. And the last one, again, we're probably not all surprised, and I'm a little bit sad about this. I've got to be honest, it does pull at the heartstrings a little bit, and it is this man. It is Brennan Johnson. Johnson again. Ole, ole. You know what? Say what you want about Brennan Johnson. Last season, he pretty much single-handedly won us Europa League. He was fantastic. His goals, his assists. Listen, he's not great on the eye. He's not a player that's going to get you off your seat, but he always gets in the right positions at the right time. And he is a really good finisher. Again, the couple of goals that he scored this season for Spurs, really good finishes, like really good finishes. But he doesn't seem to be in Frank's plans. Obviously, we brought in Kudus for that right-hand side. He's going to be our main man there. Johnson not getting minutes. He's not going to get minutes as a striker, as much as a lot of us think he's probably better as a striker or a second striker. And off the left, he just isn't the same player, is he, guys? So for me, Johnson could well leave. Obviously, Crystal Palace looking at bringing Johnson in, apparently. I think that would be a sell. And I think if we could get maybe 40 million for Johnson and Basuma, I think that would be good business for Spurs. Like I say, I think Dragish and Tau, if they leave, it will be on loan. But guys, drop a comment in. Let me know what you think. Am I off my rocker? I don't know. I think we will be letting players go. I think there's a good chance Johnson leaves, which I'd be really sad about. And I'd wish him all the best because he is a top finisher. And in another club, if he leaves, which I think he will score goals somewhere else, and we will look at him and think, "Oh, oh wow, okay, maybe we missed the boat. Maybe we missed a trick here, selling Johnson." But I think there's a good chance he will go. I think if we want to go to the next level, I think the likes of Johnson, Basuma, Dragishin, and Tau all will have to leave the club, and we have to bring in better guys. Like I say, please drop a comment and let me know your 3 to 4 players you would let go this January. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Pure Coys.